Hello everyone and welcome to Tuesday. Breakfast stream was this morning and it was a wild one. It was completely normal until the very end. Till the very end. And I was like, all right, it is now time to end the stream. And the audience decided, no, it's not. It was not time. So first off, thank you for the support. I sincerely appreciate it. It was certainly a wild breakfast stream. And I guess it's out with this vlog if you're curious to see it. There was a lot of songs that I had to sing. I feel strongly that I am better at songs on Friday nights than on Tuesday or Thursday mornings. I think it's because I've only been awake for a short time, and saying, quick, sing a song is harder, you know, if you've just woken up. But I still had a lot of fun, and again, thank you all. You're very sweet, and we appreciate it. Today, we are going to be going back out into the world to get some supplies. Today is notable because we're going to be going to Costco for the first time since all of this began. We've gotten some supplies from Costco because my parents have gone. Well, specifically my mom has gone. I don't know if we've said that, but even though my parents will go out and get stuff, my dad actually never leaves the car. My dad is the designated driver. The COVID driver, if you will. But my mom goes into the store. She doesn't want him going in and exposing himself in any way to anything. So she's the one that goes in and does the shopping. And they've brought us stuff from Costco, but we haven't gone ourselves. So today we're going to go. But we're going to be going in style because we've got new masks. Check these things out.
That's upside down.
Yes, it is. Well, before I put it on, I wanted to show it off. Because we actually have matching ones.
Yes.
Which is important. They match. And the inside of this is so freaking well done. Look at the inside of this. The stitching is incredible. It's got a little spot for the pipe cleaner, for the wire for your nose. And it has a little slot here where you can input one of the surgical masks for, added protection. It's got the ear loops. And also it comes with ties if you want to put the ties on. And you might be saying, man, that's an incredible mask. Where did you get that? Hayley made this.
She's been making a ton of them.
She has been making
so many.
She has been making a ton of masks every single day and giving them to medical workers who need them. So she's supplying PPE, but then also she's giving stuff out to family and friends. And holy crap, this is just... Like, I knew Hayley could sew.
Yeah, but you gotta see the fit.
Well, put it on me. Oh, wow.
Isn't that nice? Like, over the nose like that, because it curves back.
Yeah, that is nice.
And she included long ties if you want, like, the old-fashioned surgeon ones, so you can, like, tie it up around.
Yeah.
I switched mine because I prefer that.
Anyway, this is incredible. Like, again, I knew Hayley could sew, but I didn't know it was like this extent. And like, she's been showing us what she's been working on, and I've been impressed. But I'm even more impressed seeing it in person. I'm like, holy crap, this is incredible. So Hayley, thank you, and also thank you so much for what you're doing for all of the medical workers too, because
they're getting donated to like Birmingham, the medical hospital that they live nearby.
Yeah. So, she's doing incredible work. Like, these are just really...
And she's researching, like, reading the medical journals on what the best filtration fabric is. Like, that's why they're flannel on the outside, because studies have said that's better, so... Yeah.
So she's doing all sorts of research and stuff. And these are great. And will match. How exciting is that? Everyone will know we're together. I mean, they'll know we're together because we'll be staying less than 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
So... They'll know. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to go out into the wild blue yonder and go to Costco for the first time, see what that's like, and see what they have, and hope for the best. Look at this. I got Jones here. I haven't seen Jones in a store in a long time, especially like one of these packs. One of the things I'm realizing is that, honestly, like from the last few places we've went, Costco especially, like, they have stuff. Like, even meat, I don't know where the paper products are because we haven't seen those. I think they moved them in the store probably to accommodate all the folks that are buying them. But as far as like food, everything is pretty well stocked here. So we got home and got a shower, and you know, I know I didn't film too much while we were out, but I wanted to really stress how long we were out because we were out for a bit. We went to Costco, and then we also went to Walmart, and it took us quite a while in both stores. Takeaway, and one of the reasons I'm not filming a whole lot is that there's just not that much missing. There's really not. Still no paper products at either Costco or Walmart, though. No toilet paper, no paper towels either. I didn't see any paper towels. So that stuff is still missing. But there was basically anything else that you needed, they pretty much had. Costco had meat, maybe just a little bit less than they would normally, but you know, products were available. I think the more interesting thing was seeing, you know, since we're going like what, 10 to 14 days each time without going out, you know, going out shopping. So it's been like probably almost 2 weeks. And in that time, you know, things have not necessarily gotten better. So it was curious to me to see like who would be wearing masks. And this isn't based on like hard numbers. It's not like I was walking around with a notebook, but just kind of getting a general feel for, you know, how many people were wearing them. I would say probably about half of the customers in Costco had masks on. Roughly about 50%. In Walmart, that number was wildly different. Like 5%, maybe 10%, like in that range. There was like a big divide in how many people was wearing masks between the two stores. But as far as food goes, you know, food was basically available. Also, social distancing, I don't want to say it's just not a thing here, because that's not entirely true. People are going out of their way to, well, that's not entirely true, I guess. People are kind of staying apart from each other. Kind of. Not 6 feet, like at all. I mean, occasionally you'll see someone that's just kind of like doing this number, but for the most part, it's business as usual. People aren't like crowding in the aisles, so that's good. But, you know, if you're like at the meat section, right? People will definitely just come up beside you and just grab stuff. And I noticed that multiple times throughout multiple sections in both stores. You know, the 6 feet thing is like until someone notices they need something, in which case they'll just go get it and then return to their domain. So, but are people probably going out less? I mean, yes. Has the curve been flattening? Yes. I mean, here in the States, yeah, it actually has. And you know, we've talked about it a little bit on Breakfast Stream. I know that there's been some states that have been deciding to open some things back up. And, you know, we don't have any control over that. Like, we just have to trust that the states are talking to scientists and officials and making the right calls for them. And certainly states are very different. You know, the number of cases and deaths here in South Carolina is a complete night and day difference from a place that's undergoing a terrible tragedy such as New York. Like, they're very different situations. But we'll see. And again, I don't think I've talked about this on the vlog, but as far as South Carolina goes, last Monday, so not yesterday, but like 8 days ago, some of our businesses started opening up. And it's a really weird, eclectic collection of things. It's like furniture stores and jewelry stores and clothing stores and flea markets. It's like a very specific list of some things that can open. We're making a pizza. With some of the things that can't open yet are like restaurants, bowling alleys, any sort of very like close, intimate proximity work, like barbers, nail salons, massages, things like that. None of that can open. That was all last Monday that those certain things started opening, and then the next day on Tuesday at noon, so a week ago, our public beaches opened. Now all of these things opened with some level of restrictions in place, fairly heavy restrictions. Whether or not those will be enforced is probably going to depend heavily on like the store owners, obviously. But there's pretty heavy restrictions for how things have to be handled in order to be opened back up. Still no sign of whether or not, like restaurants will be open, like the dining rooms will be open for South Carolina. We haven't heard anything about that yet. But as of right now, there are some things that are open. Player's Choice, actually, as of yesterday, Player's Choice is open as well. So if you're in the area and you need entertainment, they're open. You can pick something up. Hi, bud. And that decision is largely made by the mall, because I had talked to Roland and I was like, when does, with all of the stuff that was listed last week, it was like, is Player's Choice going to be among that? Like, are they going to open up? And he's like, well, we don't make that call. Mall management makes that call. And then once they decide to open, we can open again. So they're open and they're under the same restrictions as everyone else. I forget whether there's only a certain amount of people allowed in the store at the time. And, Roland's been working there now for 2 days, and he said, we're not getting anywhere close to that many people in the store. Obviously, it's slow. He said most people that come into the store are wearing masks. But he said that spirits were high. People, I think, are excited to, they may just be excited to pick up a video game, man. Go pick up some form of entertainment to have at home, which I can understand. Yeah, that's a little update about what's going on here, what's going on in my home state of South Carolina. As we move forward, we'll see what happens. The state that's been getting all the talk about really, really moving forward quickly is Georgia, and they have more cases and deaths than South Carolina by a pretty significant margin. But we'll see. Again, it's one of those things, like, whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't really matter because you don't have any control over it. You're just kind of like, well, we'll see what comes of this. And you just have to trust that the folks who are making these decisions are talking to people who should be making these decisions. Politicians should not be the ones making the decisions about when individual things reopen. Those things should be left to scientists looking at the specific data for the area. So we have to trust that that's happening. In the meantime, we picked up a lot of groceries today, so we don't have to go out for quite a bit. And we probably won't. So let's eat some pizza. What do you think? Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?